Alright, what's up? Hello, it's me Kavou and welcome to another video. Today we'll be talking about some things about tagging when it comes to stats, when it comes to what items you need, what stats you need to start standing up. We're talking about tanking as Feral, right? We're not talking about DPS as Feral, so that could be cut for another video, and I'm gonna be showing you guys, sharing you my opinion about itemization, the best slot items that you will be having for tanking, of course, and we're gonna be talking about this again. Yeah, this kind of videos, I'm not giving any guide, it's pretty much us talking and debating about some things. I'm not an expert to talk about the class, so far it's about speculation about the experience I'm having, and that being said, let's jump ahead to the stats. When it comes to tanking as a druid, what you want to stack, pretty much, this is a very complicated thing that many people get, confused about. Usually when it comes to druids, when it comes to feral, there are two ways to build around. You can either stack agility or stack strength. Usually when it comes to agility pretty much gives your attack power with ranged weapons, we don't care about that. Every 13 points on agility gives you pretty much 1% critical strike rating, and of course, around 20 or 30 points of agility gives you 1 dodge rating, so it's very nice to have, and yeah, very nice for tanking. However, 1 point of agility gives us pretty much on attack power, so that is not very good when it comes to tanking. When it comes to DPS as a feral, you're gonna be wanting to have agility over strength, but when it comes to tanking, strength is pretty much your best stat you're gonna be having, because more strength means best pretty much about mitigation. You have all the health, you have all the armor. Right now we're having around how much? 66.8%, so almost 67% damage reduction. We're having all our best slot items right here, so when it comes to strength, right? It's your only way to pretty much keep aggro on things. We have our taunt, which is our roar, we have now a taunt, which is our challenging roar, but for the most part, strength is your only way to pretty much generate a threat, because more strength means that the bigger the moles you have, the bigger the swipes you have, the bigger your auto attacks. Bigger auto attacks means more threats, so when it comes to feral tanking, strength is pretty much what you want to be stacking over agility. Although having some agility is nice because you're gonna be getting as much dodge as you can, and if I go jump to bear form right now, we are having around how much? We're having right now 12%, almost 30% dodge rating, and dodge is pretty much the only way you're gonna be pretty much help you with mitigation. We don't have parry, we cannot block when it comes to bear form, we can only dodge. So dodging, having lots of stamina and having lots of strength to keep threat, that's pretty much what you're gonna be doing and needing for mitigation. Also something very important is our hit modifier, the hit chance. You want to be having 8% hit chance to pretty much keep hitting all the time, never missing, so we're gonna be massing that later on phase 3 and phase 4, but hit chance is very good because for the most part, you're never gonna be missing your attack, so it's very nice to pretty much get all the threat, and when you have lots of strength, that's gonna help you very much. So when it comes to bear tanking, you're gonna be starting strength and stamina, and sometimes agility just for the critical chance, which is gonna help you. You're gonna be getting the dodge rating, and that's pretty much for when it comes to stats, right? We don't care about intellect and spirit this much. Let's go into the itemization. So when it comes to items, there is not exactly one best slot item for the most part, so I'm gonna be pretty much covering 2 items per list and telling which I'm using right now, which I think is, and I will be talking about what suits more, let's say, for general tanking in raids and dungeons. So right now I'm using, let's start from our helmet and go to our trinkets. I'm having the Bone Ring helmet. The Bone Ring helmet is a very nice helmet, it does look very nice. It drops from Rattlegore in Solomon's right here. It's pretty easy to get, its drop chance is actually very nice. If you run 5 times or 10 times Solomon's, you should be able to getting that. So the good thing about this helmet is that it has some very nice armor, and of course it gives you 30 stamina. It's a very nice mitigation helmet. 30 stamina is quite a lot, and it's pretty much the first item in the list. If you cannot afford to get the boring helmet, if you want to try something else, something I'm pretty much doing is I'm usually running Shadowcraft Cap. This is another second helmet we're gonna be using that gives you pretty much the same armor. We are losing 12 stamina, but we're getting 20 agility, which is pretty much 1% dodge rating. We are getting 30 strength, which is better to keep a threat, and also because we're using the Shadowcraft boots, if we equip the helmet on, we're gonna be having that plus 200 armor, so it is very nice to have if you want to have, a secondary copy of that or some secondary item for that cause. And of course, if you can see on our helmet, we're using the plus 125 armor, which is a very nice enchant you can get from Library of Tenacity. You can find those from wall drops, or you can buy those from the auction house. After that, you can turn them into one NPC in the Burning Steppes. I'm gonna link his name and the quest right here on the screen. So what you do, you pretty much get a library, you go to the guy, talk to him, he's gonna give you a quest, which in return is gonna give you 1 gem, which if you use it on a helmet or on your pants, your leggings I mean, you're gonna be getting the plus 125 armor. So I'm having the plus 125 armor, both of my helmet and my leggings, and both of those all together bypass the bonus from the Shadowcraft boots. That is pretty much the plan. We're getting more armor than that, and of course, and you could also be using the libraries because they're gonna give you around 5 different stats. Mostly you're gonna be using as a Feral Tank Druid the fire resistance for Ragnaros, Onyxia, and a few other bosses like Bargeddon, and I'm having the plus 20 fire resistance on my other helmet, secondary helmet, my secondary horse life leggings, so that's pretty much 40 fire resistance. Very nice to consider getting, and as I've said, there is not such a, a single item for the base slot. This video is gonna be actually very long. So next we have the Medallion of Grand Marshal. This is actually an item I've got from a random creature while I was leveling in lower Blackrock Spire. I've actually checked my auction house, and all of those are selling for around 200 and 300 gold in my auction house right now. That's how expensive they are, and again, 7 stamina plus 10 defense, that's pretty much basic slot. The secondary one you're gonna be having is from lower Blackrock depths, which comes from War Master Vun. He's that troll kind of guy, and it's that one which gives you 13 agility and 1% dodge rating. It's very nice again to have, so that's pretty much your 2 necks you're gonna be using for the most part. And then let's go to our soldiers. We have the Atalas Powders of Stamina. Those are pretty much a random item you're getting, or a random drop from the bosses in Sunken Temple, it's called the Temple of Arat Hakar. So what you're gonna be doing for that, you're gonna be killing all the trolls, but have in mind that Zolo and Miguel, those 2 trolls you cannot solo them. The other trolls, it's very easy to solo as a Feral. You're just going to stealth, go to Sunken Temple and get those done. It took me around 210 runs, not exactly runs, but resets to get my Atalas soldiers, and have in mind that those soldiers are gonna be having a random chance of getting either plus 19 stamina or plus 20 stamina. I was very lucky because I've got the plus 20 stamina version, which again is, 1 stamina more, which is nothing really that big, but it's 20 stamina, it feels much more nicer to have. And of course, if you cannot get the plus 20 stamina, you can always get the plus 13 stamina, plus 13 strength. The reason why those soldiers are very good is because they give you plus 200 armor, and 200 armor while being on bear form, that's pretty much around almost 1000 armor, which is very nice to have. So you're gonna be getting the best soldiers. If you cannot find, your Atalis Powders of Stamina, you can always get the ones from Solomon's, which are the Death's Clutch drops from Rush, Frost Whisper, and the other pretty much bosses from Solomon's. It's gonna be giving you 10 strength, 10 agility, 10 stamina. It's very nice to have as a secondary soldiers if you cannot get, your Atalis Powders of Stamina yet. So it's a very nice to have. Keep in mind those soldiers also give you good combination of Talisman of Evasion, a few other items. It's pretty much 1% dodge rating. Very nice to have as well. Very nice soldiers in general, but when it comes to druids, the only thing you're gonna be maxing against strength and armor, and then stamina. So armor is pretty much the highest among all of those, you're gonna be having that. And next let's go to our cloak. We're gonna be using our Stoneshell cloak. That's again a random item you're gonna be getting from Blackrock Depths. It has a very low drop chance to drop, so if you cannot get that, you're gonna be getting the Phantasmal cloak, which drops from the Barrow in Solomon's, if I can find here real fast. It's the one that pretty much creates the illusions. And yeah, we have the Giant's Barrow, which is the one which is gonna drop in the Phantasmal cloak. This cloak is very nice because it has 100 armor, which is, 60 more armor than the basic cloak. It gives you 12 strength and 11 stamina. Very nice for cut DPS, but I think when it comes to cut DPS, you're gonna be having agility over strength. And Stoneshell cloak, it's so nice because it gives you 200 armor. You're going to be pretty much putting the plus 70 armor on that because it's so good, all the armor you can get. And let's not forget about the soldiers. Once you get reverted with the Argent Dawn, you can buy an enchant that gives plus 5 fire resistance, so that's very nice to have as well. So that's pretty much for the cloak. Let's go to the chest piece. Chest piece is very easy to get. I mean, Warbear harness, you should be buying it from the auction house. It costed me around 20 gold to have, and it's very nice to have. it's pretty much the best when it comes to mitigation, right? Gives you 11 strength, 27 stamina. You won't be having the plus 4 stats on that or the plus 100 health. I'm just using the armor because I'm pretty much broke right now, and it also works very nicely with our gear, but plus 4 stats or even plus 100 health is pretty much the one you won't be using. The another basic slot item you're gonna be having for a chest piece is the breastplate of a Blathers, which is a very unique chest breastplate to get. We're pretty much very close to getting that. We are missing 2 Arcanite bars, 3 Freight Abomination skins. I do have the Pristine Hide of the BiS, and we miss the Shadow skins. So in order to get that, you have to kill BiS from the upper Blackrock Spire. Once you do that, you must have someone to skin the BiS from your group. It requires 315 skinning, so after you do that, an NPC is gonna spawn, which is, it comes from his stomach, which is actually very nice, of the belly of the beast, and he's gonna give you that quest. You're gonna turn that into the Winter Spring in Everlook, and you're gonna start that quest, which is you have to farm all these consumables, and for 50 gold, and all these materials, Freight Abomination Stitchings, Arcanite Bars, Skin of Shadows, Pristine Hide of the Beast, you're gonna be getting that chest piece. So now, this is a very nice chest piece because not only it helps you with tanking, I mean, 200 base armor is so good, and yeah, it has 20 stamina, which means 7 stamina less than our base harness, but because we are using Bone Ring Helm, because we have so much stamina already, we can get some more strength, get more critical strike chance. Critical strike is very nice because that means your swipe is gonna be hitting with critical strikes, which is more threat. Your mold is gonna be hitting with criticals, which means more threat for you. It's very hard for you to lose threat once you hit with a critical strike with your mold. And of course, having 1 extra % dodge rating, this chest piece is so nice. You can actually afford that, and if you want to get that, it's pretty much the best slot one you can get until phase 3, which you get the Marfurion, Bulwark, whatever it's called from Blackwing Lair. That's pretty much the best slot you can get, so we're gonna be getting that next week because we are farming very hard. So until you get that, I think Warbear Harness is very nice, and also one thing I forgot to mention about the breastplate of Blathers is that it's also very nice for off-tanking. Off-tanking means that most of the times you're gonna be pretty much DPSing on Catform, so that's pretty nice because once you have that, you have, one weapon to change and swap with golden stuff, so you're gonna be doing actually some nice DPS on Feral. Next we go to our bracers. Again, the best bracers you can get at the Blacksmith Armcast, which drop from Upper Blackrock Spire. Right about here, they drop from the Beast if I remember correctly, and they give you 1% hit chance, which is very big. We need to get 8% hit chance just to be able to hit more often. 10 Shadow Resistance not very good, 5 strength, 13 stamina is nice. The best enchant you can give on those is the plus 9 stamina. I'm having the plus 7 because again, I am kinda broke. Pretty much the best ones you can get. You can also buy the ones called, those are the ones, 16 stamina, 7 agility, Malefic Braces. This is again a BOE, you can get a random BOE. Very nice for mitigation again, but Black Mist, Arm Guards, the ones we are using right now, is pretty much the best you can get. And let's go to our Water Staff. Water Staff is actually, it's such a nice weapon, and I'm having plus 9 intellect on that because I think it's the best one you can get on face, which, it sucks in a way, but look at the stats on that. The DPS is very nice, it's a very nice weapon to have, very fast as well, but you don't really care about that while being on bear form. 260 armor, that's pretty much more than 1000 armor, it's like 1,600 armor just from the staff, and it also gives 11 stamina and 10 defense. 10 defense is nice because defense helps you pretty much to protect yourself against critical strikes or crusher bros from the boss. This is a very nice one to have, and that's pretty much the best stuff you can get in the game. You can also have the, what is called, there is one mace you can get from, it's gonna give you around 100 armor by using it, and you can stack that with an offhand from Dark Side quest, which gives you around 50 armor and some nice mitigation. That being said, other than that, the Golden Staff is the best one you can have because it's just so nice. It's even at Linux Ramas, you're gonna be using your Golden Staff, that's how good it is. So you have some money, you should be spending that money to get your Golden Staff or asking your guild to help you with that because it's a very nice weapon. And our library is, just using it for the memes because it covers our slot, it looks nice. Let's go to our gloves. When it comes to gloves, the best ones you can get, it's actually an item that I haven't got already, which is from LBRS. You kill Urok. It's similar to Second Temple Grind, you get the Slaghide Gauntlets. Those gauntlets have basic armor of 200, so we're gonna be getting those. 100 armor is again around 600, 800 armor right now, because we're using the Thick Hide as well, which stacks by the way. Thick Hide stacks, which is the talent, and Those gauntlets, it's a RNG drop. You're going to be getting those with others full stamina or strength and stamina on them, which is going to be very nice, but we're using the secondary option, which is Gargoyle Slaughers. Those drop from the bad boss from Solomon's, which is called Kritonos the Herald. Those are very nice because they give you 1% crit strike chance, it gives you 10 strength, 12 stamina, even 5 agility, so those are very nice to have, and you're gonna be using the plus 5 agility on those. Again, we're using the armor because we're kinda broke, we're focusing everything we have right now into getting our breastplate of the Bloodthirst and other things as well, so once you get your mana, you should be using plus 5 agility on those, which is very nice because agility gives you also attack power. Armor is just a budget way to enchant your stuff, you don't have the things to get, and Voska Strand is an item you get from completing one of the quests in Burning Steps. Let me check it up. Yeah, it's from the Maxwell mission. You're gonna be doing the Bishop's Belonging, then Message to Maxwell. It's a quest you're gonna be getting from Lower Blackrock Spire, which is gonna lead you into getting that very nice spell, which is actually pretty much best in slot. 9 strength, 6 stamina, 1% crit chance, or an 1% dodge rating. Very nice to have with the stats, and the armor is very bad, but it's very nice to have. Another belt you should be getting is the one from, again, LBRS, which comes from Core Master Zigris, which is called Cloud Running Girdle. That's very nice because it gives, again, 200 armor. Maybe you're gonna be getting that, but I do prefer my current belt because of the crit chance and the dodge, because for mitigation, and having 200 armor, 14 strength, 15 agility, maybe you're gonna be getting that in the future, and it looks quite nice, so you should be getting that as well. We should be getting that as well because we're gonna be doing Urok anyway. After we get our breastplate of the Bloodthirst, we're gonna be farming Urok for the gloves, and maybe we're gonna get a belt from Core Master Zig. So that's pretty much your bets, and let's go to our leggings. Leggings again, Warstripe leggings. Those leggings are the best you can get from Blackrock Devs. They drop from General Angerfoss, which should be very easy for you to get. I mean, the leggings have around 10% drop chance, which is actually very hard to get, but with some luck and RNG, you should be getting those. And if you're gonna be getting your Warstripe leggings, you're gonna be also killing Golem Lord Angelmas because it's gonna be dropping Nagler Ring, which is pretty much the best slot ring after Model Core. So you're gonna be getting that as well, giving 10 stamina. Plus 5 defense, gives you 50 armor, the very nice improve to your Thorn's Aura. Again, Warstripe leggings, 2% dodge rating, gives some very nice stats, and you're gonna be using the Library of Tenacity just to give plus 125 armor on that, to make it even better. And let's go to our boots. Boots are pretty much Shadowcraft boots. I think there is some better boots to be using right now, which is the drop from, again, Stratholm, from Arkvis, Galford, which are called Ash-covered boots. 13 stamina, 13 agility, they give 1% dodge rating, so that's pretty much what you're gonna be getting. You're going to be enhancing your boots with minor movement speed increase, but I prefer the plus 7 stamina just because it goes better for mitigation, especially on phase 1, which again you don't really need movement speed this much, so this is pretty much your best to go boots. Shadowcraft boots, which drop again from random bosses in the dungeons you can get. It's very easy to track the Shadowcraft set, and again the Ash-covered boots are pretty much the best you can get. So far I've done 20 times Stratholm, killed 20 times Arkvis Galford. You need to drop those, so they're very hard to get. And lastly, let's go to our rings. Nightly Ring, which again drops from the Golem Lord in Blackrock Depths. It's actually very hard to get with a base of 6 or 8% drop chance. One of the best rings you can get. And then we have Ring of Protection. Ring of Protection is the item you get from the quest line Heroes of Daros Shrine, which will be a quest line you cannot get from the Plaguelands. You have to search this up. It's a very big quest sense you have to do from Eastern Plaguelands, so search that up. It's a very nice thing to have. I think this ring is so good, even we're gonna be keeping that even on phase 3. That's how strong this ring is, and plus 150 armor, plus 9 stamina. As I've said, you want to be standing as much armor as you can get. Then we have Mark of Tyranny. Mark of Tyranny comes from the quest you'll be getting from Maxwell again, which comes from Burning Steps, which again he asks you to pretty much clear OBRS. OBRS stands for Upper Blackrock Spire, so once you kill the last boss in that place, you're gonna be choosing based on 3 items. You're gonna be getting your Mark of Tyranny because it gives lots of armor, it gives you plus 1 dodge rating, and the arcane resistance can be quite nice for a few bosses in Mortal Core and I guess later on other dungeons, but for the most part, 200 armor, getting 1% dodge rating, very nice to have. pretty much best slot. And lastly, let's go to Smoking Heart of the Mountain. Smoking Heart of the Mountain is the best trinket you're gonna be using until the end of the game. That's how strong it is. I know it looks very disappointing because it only gives, 150 armor, it gives plus 7 fire resistance and things like that, but it's actually very good because of the armor, because of everything. It's a very nice trinket, and in order to get that, you're gonna be having enchanting, you're gonna be getting enchanting up to 265, and you have to be killing the boss in Blackrock Depths. It's Lord Rokon. It's actually very easy to solo him while being on Druid. You can go into stealth, find him, he should be patrolling on his usual spot, and he has around 80% drop chance of the recipe, should be very easy to get. So once you get the recipe, you level up your enchanting up to 265, and after you hit that, you have to go to the Black Forge outside Model Core, which is the Black Forge or the Anvil outside the instance or the entrance, right? So it will be easy enough to get once you start your way there, and the materials again very easy to get. It's nice to get, and it's gonna cost you some gold to get enchanting, but it's worth very much because once you build that trinket right here, you're gonna be dropping enchanting if you want to get your other professors. You can still keep using that. Right now I'm not having enchanting, I'm having blacksmithing, I have to max that out. I'm having all these other professors. I think I will be getting either engineering or alchemy, but for the most part I think I will be getting engineering. And it's pretty much the best slot trinket to have. And that was pretty much the item list, guys. Sorry if the video was very boring, it was very dull. This is again my very first item list I make it, and I hope it helped you guys. Again, we were talking about Feral Druid tanking, so that's pretty much the best items you can get. Right now we're having some very nice items, and we can actually, I managed to tank on Nixia the other day, main tanking with our craft pammelers, managed to main tank more bosses, and still the guild is trusting us, so maybe we're gonna be main tanking more in the future. And I want to thank you guys for the great support. We managed to hit 200 subscribers very recently. I want to thank you everyone, and we will be streaming almost daily. We will be farming for our very nice breastplate of Blathers, and that was pretty much for the guide, guys. Again, I'm somebody who's learning how to play Druid. For the most part, we will be talking about tanking. Maybe later on or other videos we'll be talking about Feral DPS. And that was pretty much for the video. Again, you have to remember when it comes to stats, armor, then stamina, then strength, then agility. That's pretty much the order you have to be using for tanking. If you're gonna be going for Feral DPS, just try to stack as much agility as you can over strength. And because we're using Heart of the Wild again, it's very nice to have that because it gives us more stamina, while on Bearform more strength, while on Catform it's very nice for off-tanking as well. That's why we're going to be having all the strength items, because for off-tanking while we're going to Catform, it's very nice to do some, average or decent DPS. And again, that was it, guys. Thank you for watching. My name is Kavou, and take care and peace.